Why is starting a vlog like the most awkward thing that I ever do? Like, no matter how many times I do it, it's always awkward. So hi, happy Tuesday, welcome to the vlog. I am on vacation this week, like not the whole week, just from Sunday until I'm back to work on Friday. So I'm in vacation mode. I got myself a little watermelon vodka drink. It's delicious. And I've had 2 of these, so I'm a little tipsy. Just a little bit. But yeah, I'm on vacation this week, so it was a long weekend to begin with. My store was already closed for Monday, and then I also booked off Wednesday and Thursday this week. I'm going to Buffalo to see Hozier in concert, and I'm so excited. So I'm leaving tomorrow morning. I'm just like taking the train from my city to Toronto, and then a Greyhound from Toronto to Buffalo. Staying the night in a hotel for once, not a hostel. Look at me go, being all bougie. I also just don't know if I trust a hostel in Buffalo. I don't know why. I just don't. So I've got myself a private hotel room. That's gonna be weird. I've never stayed in a hotel room by myself before, so that'll be fun. Yeah, and then Thursday I have my Greyhound back to Toronto at like 5 p.m. So I'm not gonna be getting home until like past midnight on Thursday. So I'm gonna be tired, and then I do have to go to work on Friday. So it's gonna be a long week and I'm very excited about it. I have seen Hozier once before. I saw him in September in Toronto, and it was like one of the best shows that I've ever been to in my entire life, so I can't wait to go see him again. He's one of my favorite artists of all time. He's like neck and neck with my favorite artist in the world, so I'm definitely very excited. That's my plans for tomorrow. I am going to have a collective 10 hours on both train and buses over the next 2 days, but I don't want to bring too much stuff with me, so I might just bring one book. Maybe I'll bring like a really big book and try and get through like a nice chunky fantasy. I have to go through my shelves and like figure out what I actually want to bring, because I do want to have like a physical book with me and not just be staring at my phone for the entire time. So yeah, I'll go through my shelves after I film this clip and pick something to bring with me. Maybe I'll do like a try a chapter thing and just see which one kind of catches my interest right now. Other than that, I'm still reading Mayday Flowers. I don't think I've really touched it since last week. I think I was saying at the end of last week's vlog that like I do really like it. I'm just really struggling with not having the audiobook. My ADHD brain cannot comprehend staying focused for longer than like 14 seconds. So audiobooks are really helpful for me to like keep me focused and keep me engaged in the story and not just like wander off and zone out thinking about the million other things that are happening in my head all at the same time. So not having an audiobook really slows down my reading like a lot. Like this book is maybe 230 pages roughly, and I've been reading it for like 2 weeks now. So definitely slowing down quite a bit. I just like, again, like I sit down to read it and I get really into it, and then I zone out after like maybe 10 minutes. Like 10 minutes is like a lot for me, whereas like when I tandem read it and I have the audiobook playing at the same time, I can sit there for hours. I just need extra stimulation in order to keep me not bored. So yeah, I'm still reading that one. And then I did actually yesterday on Monday, I finished 2 books, so that's exciting. I started both of them at the end of last week. The first one was, I keep forgetting the name of this book, The Fated Sky, I think it is, by Robinette Kowal, I think, maybe. This is the second book in the Lady Astronauts universe. It's an alternate history, historical sci-fi type of thing. It's pretty fun. The first book follows our main character, who's a Jewish computer in the 1950s, who's part of the team who's working towards colonizing the moon after a meteorite struck Earth and climate change is going to wipe out the entire Earth after who knows how long. Like they're hoping a couple decades, so they're trying to colonize the moon to get humanity off of Earth before it's too late. And then the second book just kind of picks up where we left off, but they're going for Mars this time. It's a surprisingly good series. Like I knew that I was gonna like it. I didn't think that I would get as like emotionally attached to it as I have. I love these characters. I've teared up multiple times in both books 1 and book 2. I gave book 1 I think 4.5 stars, and book 2 was 4 stars. Book 2 like plot wise was just as good. I just found the characters weren't as interesting, but other than that, it was a fantastic book. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait for the third one. And then the other one that I finished yesterday was Mistakes Were Made by Meryl Wilsner. It's the author that wrote Something to Talk About, I think it was called. I read that one a couple years ago and I loved it. I wasn't super hopeful going into this book because like basically it's an age gap romance where the main character is a college student. He meets an older woman at a bar one night, they have a one-night stand, and then the next morning her friend who she met at college like a month previous to this asks her to come to breakfast with her mom, and she gets there and realizes that the woman that she slept with is her friend's mom. And it goes from there. It was It was a really, really fun one. I was a little worried about reading this one because I recently read You Made a Fool of Death with Your Beauty by Akwaeke Emezi, and that one has a kind of similar idea. So I was a little worried that like I was gonna end up comparing that one to this one because like You Made a Fool of Death was like such an incredible book. I gave it 5 stars. It was like full of grief and longing. It was a beautiful, beautiful book. So I was worried that I was gonna end up comparing these two, but luckily I didn't. They felt different enough that it didn't really bother me that they had that kind of similar premise. And yeah, this was really fun. I gave it 4 stars. The main character, the college age one, she was super annoying and like really immature, and at first that was really bothering me until I realized like how much that played into their relationship and like pointed out how different they were, and yet they still somehow had this awesome chemistry that like they just couldn't stay away from each other. So I actually found the annoying childishness of the younger main character to be a pretty good plot point, and also like you get to see her grow a little bit throughout the story, and like that was nice to see, and like it also made sense why she would act like that just given her age and like some of the things that have happened to her in her life. Like her behaviors make sense for her age, and it was just really interesting to kind of compare that to the older main character and just seeing how they approach relationships very differently but also kind of the same at the same time. And I'm saying this as a sapphic person. Sapphics are a fucking disaster, and this was such a hilariously perfect example of that. And yeah, just overall this was a surprisingly good book. I didn't think that I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, so I'm really glad that I picked this one up. It was kind of on a whim. I was going to the beach on Sunday and I just wanted like a quick light read to bring with me, and I grabbed this one and flew through it. Like I literally sat there for 2.5 hours straight last night and did not move and just finished this book. But yeah, with both books yesterday that I finished, I read a collective like 400 pages yesterday, something like that. So I'm definitely making the most of my vacation. Doing all of the reading, and I'm very happy about it. But yeah, that is all for right now. I'm gonna go peruse my shelf and do a try chapter for a couple different things, enjoy my watermelon vodka drink, and get a little bit more drunk than I probably should on a Tuesday afternoon. But hey, I'm on vacation. I can do what I want. Yeah, I'll let you guys know what I end up picking, and I will catch you guys later. You know what I'm finding hilarious? It's the fact that like I'm going to Buffalo tomorrow, right? And I'm like freaking the fuck out. Like I am so nervous about this trip. I've been like obsessing over my packing list all day. I've quadruple checked that my passport is in my bag. I have everything organized, which is great. Like it's good to be organized, but I'm like having a lot of anxiety over it and I don't know why. But the funny part of that is I spent 4 months by myself traveling through 16 different countries in Europe. And I was fine. Like, totally fine. Not nervous at all. I was nervous on the plane from Toronto to France. Just like on my first stop, I was nervous. And that was it. The rest of the trip, traveling through, again, 16 countries, the vast majority of which I did not speak the language. I had no knowledge of how their transit system works. Like I knew nothing about their money, like nothing. I knew nothing about these places, and I was like, it's fine. I'm fine. And I was. Like I literally had no anxiety. And now I'm traveling 2 hours away. Like 2 hours. Like it's going to take me 5 hours to get there because I'm taking the train and a Greyhound, but like if I had a car and I were to go from my driveway to my hotel in Buffalo, I would get there in 2 hours and 18 minutes. That's how far away I'm going. And I'm like losing my mind. I'm going for one night. It is one night. And I'm losing it. What's happening? It's so weird. Oh man. Anyways, I am excited. I'm like super excited. It is hitting me that like 24 hours from now I'm going to be standing in front of Hozier. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I get to breathe the same air as that beautiful man again, and I'm so excited for it. But yeah, just the like getting there and trying to figure out the transit system in Buffalo, because I'm going to try really hard not to use Uber aside from getting to and from the venue. So I'm planning on using the public bus system, which I have no idea how it works, but I'm like, again, 16 countries in Europe where I did not know how to use their transit systems, and yet I managed, and that was totally fine. without being able to speak the language or have any knowledge of how their cities looked, like nothing. And I was fine, and yet Buffalo is making me lose it. Make it make sense. I'm ready to go. Just waiting for my bus. I'm so excited. Oh my god. Alright, I'm alive. I am in Buffalo. But my dumbass was too busy looking up where to get food that I missed my bus stop. And now I have to walk like 20 minutes to get to my hotel. So that's great. It's fine. It's a nice day. I got pouring rain on earlier, but that's fine. I'll dry. But I'm almost there. I can't wait to just like not have this bag on me. You can't even see that. I have my bag with me. I can't wait to just put that down. Oh man, I'm tired. Man, I really hope there are no hidden cameras in here. If there are, then what a treat for whoever's watching that, because it's hot in here. Like, it's been muggy and gross all day. I've been sweating balls all day. So the very first thing that I did when I got to my hotel room is take off all of my clothes, and then just like I was just sitting on the bed, titties out, hunched over, eating a Subway sandwich, and like that was not a pretty sight, I'm sure. So if there are any hidden cameras in here, those poor souls who are watching, you're welcome. Yeah, just like AC on full blast, clothes off, and ravenously eating. What a vibe. But I'm here, I'm at my hotel room. I don't really know what I was expecting by getting the cheapest possible hotel on Expedia that I could find for this day, but you know, it's not great. I definitely shouldn't look at the bed sheets too closely. It is what it is. I'm just here for a night, so it's fine. I will definitely be like scrubbing my entire body when I wake up in the morning. If I even brave using the shower here, I'm not sure if I will. We'll see. But yeah, it's not the most ideal place to be. It's a little grungy, but it's fine. It's totally fine. But yeah, I'm here. I've scattered my shit all over the place. I have cooled off, I've eaten, and now it's the time to go. So I'm just going to get ready real quick. Not that I have much to get ready for, but pretty much just gonna call an Uber and head over there. I got a message from the venue yesterday being like, hey, just so y'all know, it is a nearly sold out show. So leave early because parking is going to be absolutely insane. And I'm taking an Uber, so that poor Uber person is gonna have to navigate trying to figure out where to like drop me off, but whatever, I'll make do. And yeah, I can't remember if I was saying here or not, but I'm definitely nervous about getting back because I read online that trying to get an Uber back from Darien Lake back into Buffalo is really, really difficult because like after a concert it's such a busy place and most Ubers just don't want to fucking deal with it, so they don't. So we'll see how that goes. I did get like a temporary eSIM, that way I could use data while I'm here because my data is only for Canada. But yeah, so it's about 5:30 right now, so I'll probably get there for about 6:30 by the time that I actually get myself together and get going. And then the show starts at 7:30, so I gotta hustle and get myself there, and I'm so excited. I can't wait. This is gonna be such a good show. Oh my god. I just got here, and with the conversion rate and the huge tip that I left my Uber driver, that was like a $70-$80 Uber, give or take. So, god damn. And that was just the way here. The way back is gonna be so much more because of all the surcharge pricing. So it's gonna be an expensive night.
You're gonna lose this game of tennis if you... I need a little bit more than that. know you have it in you. Beautiful. Thank you.
Man, this is some harsh lighting. Looking cute. But hi, I'm back. Oh my god, I had so much fun. It was such a good time. Holy shit. Okay, the highlights. The whole show was incredible, obviously, but the highlights of it. So first of all, there was this really nice person who made like a whole bunch of bracelets. Like she handmade all these bracelets and she was just handing them out for free. I got this one the first time, and then like after I got it, I was like, man, I should have gotten one for my best friend as well, because she obviously couldn't come. She would have loved to have one. And then I happened to see her on my way out again, so I got a second one, so I'll have one for my bestie as well, so that's really fun. So yeah, she was lovely. But then the actual show, oh my god, it was so good. I am like feral right now. Like I want to I am unhinged and I will never recover from this. Oh my god, it was so good. Okay, so I mean, like, they obviously all the songs were amazing. He started the show the same way as he did in the Toronto show where I saw him last year with oh, I can't think of the name of the song. I think it was Just LB Part 1, and then he goes into Part 2, but just like the whole stage is fully dark, and then it's just like one spotlight and this like angelic voice just coming out from the heavens. Incredible. He doesn't normally or like really ever take requests, but I think somebody had a sign that it was their birthday, so he was like, oh, like, happy birthday, what song do you want to hear? Which, like, to be that person, whoever that person was who got a birthday song from fucking Hozier is the luckiest person on this planet. So that person requested that he plays It Will Come Back, which is one of my favorite songs. Like, that is the song that makes me turn into a primal monster. Just getting to see Hozier with the most intense look on his face as he stares out into this huge crowd, saying shit like, you'll hear me howling outside your door, and I'm like, I'm dead. I'm dead. I am dead. I never thought that I would get to hear that song. It's one of my favorite songs by him. So yeah, he did that one. And then, oh my god. So the whole show again was amazing. But then, so he finished the show off with Take Me to Church. We all leave the stage, everyone's like screaming for an encore, they're gone for like 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden everyone around me starts sprinting to my right, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I turn my head, and motherfucking Hozier is just standing on like the sound production area, like where they do all the lights and the sound stuff, like literally right next to my section. I'll put up the pictures and the videos here, but like, he was so close to me. He was right there. He was right there in front of me, and I am not. God. Oh my god. As I was saying, oh my god, can you not? Just please stay. Stay. You guys are wrestling against a little knockoff Keurig machine right now, so. Anyways, yeah, he was right next to my section, and like I like turned around and like took a selfie with Hozier right behind me. It was very blurry, but it's adorable, so it was fine. I'm just like convulsing, and like I was standing on a chair, like it was a fold down chair, and I'm like up on this thing wibbling around, can barely keep my balance, and Hozier is directly in front of me. Like, oh my god. Oh my god, it was so good. And then we got a second encore. We got 2 encores, my guys. Fucking 2 of them. I'm so spoiled. He came back, like he finished, so that the encore where he was like right in front of me, he did Cherry Wine. Oh my god. Having Hozier be like fucking 30 feet away from me, gently singing Cherry Wine. I am not okay. I am not okay at all. And then yeah, he finished that song, and then he's back on the fucking stage again, and he does this whole beautiful speech about like loving each other and talking about protesting and voting, talking about the Civil War in Northern Ireland, and talking about the Civil War in America, and talking about apartheid and Palestine, and just like all of these things that are all connected, and how important it is to talk about it. And it was this beautiful, beautiful speech. And then he goes into his second encore with Nina Cried Power. And I was just like, oh my god, dude, it was so good. Having this whole crowd of people just screaming the lyrics to Nina Cried Power was so amazing. It was a very powerful feeling. Oh, it was incredible. Yeah, it was amazing. Such a good show. Getting back to my hotel was hell. I was trying to call an Uber, and it was going to cost me $80 US, which is about 115 Canadian, to get back. And then it was going to be an hour-and-a-half long wait just for the Uber to get to me, not even to start driving. So I ended up finding, it was a little bit sketchy, but there was a bunch of like knockoff taxis just kind of hanging around. He was like, hey, you want a taxi? And I'm like, what are you gonna charge me for it? Which I feel like a little bit bad, because the guy was like, what are you willing to pay? And like I have my phone in my hand with an Uber saying $80, and I say to the guy, oh, I have an Uber confirmed for $50, so if you can go around that, then that'll be great. And he's like, oh, I'll do it for 60. I lied to him a little bit, but I got a cheaper ride out of it. I got in his car, and I'm like, I don't know who this man is. Like, he could be a complete creep and could be leading me to my death right now. And I got in that car, and I'm like, this is a bad idea. But I lived. I was fine. And he was very, very nice, actually. So everything was okay. It just could have gone very poorly, and I probably shouldn't have done that. But I saved some money, and I got home. But yeah, I got in his car at 11:10, and we didn't even get to the road until after midnight. Over an hour of just sitting in the parking lot, just crawling forward at a snail's pace, and we eventually got to the road, and he was like, thank God. But yeah, I'm back now. It's almost 1 a.m. I'm exhausted. I'm severely dehydrated. I'm losing my voice. Oh man, but it was so worth it. I also need a snack very much, which I'm very glad. I got Subway earlier, and I got an extra cookie, so I have a cookie. Oh, also the merch that I got. This shirt, look how cute that is. And then there's the back of it. So I will be living in this shirt for the rest of my life. It's also very comfortable. It's very soft. I love the colors. They're so fun. Anyways, I need to get to bed. And a very long day ahead of me tomorrow. My Greyhound to go back home is at 5 o'clock and I have to check out of here by 11, so I'll have a few hours. There's also, I saw on the way in, there is a Barnes & Noble's across the street from me. I've never been to a Barnes & Noble, so that is where I'll be spending my entire afternoon tomorrow, and I'm very happy about it. But anyways, it is bedtime. I'm gonna go crawl into this kind of gross bed and hope that I don't wake up with something gross stuck to me. Okay, good night. The promised land. So it's actually Tuesday. I've done like 0 updating since I got back from the States on Thursday, because I'm sure, as you can hear by my voice, I did get sick. So, which, like, I knew it was coming. I knew it was gonna happen. I deal with a chronic issue with tonsillitis, so I get sick pretty much any time that I strain my voice quite a bit. Not every time that I go to a concert, because I'm usually pretty careful with like how much I scream, but like for Hozier, there was no way in hell that I was not going to be like belting out every single song for the entire show. So my voice was pretty ragged by the time that I finished, and I knew the second that show ended that I was going to be getting tonsillitis again. So here I am. But yeah, that's why I haven't done any updating or wrapped up this vlog yet, even though we're like almost halfway through the next week. It's fine. It is what it is. So the story time that I had where in the last couple of clips where I like embarrassed the absolute fuck out of myself. Oh my god. Oh man. So you know how you like sometimes you have those moments. I don't know if everyone's like this or if this is like a anxious people only thing, but you have those moments where you do something really fucking stupid and you know that for the rest of your life, every once in a while, that moment is gonna pop up and you're gonna cringe at yourself and just ooh. Yeah, so this is gonna be one of those moments that I'll think about forever, and I'm so excited about it because holy fuck, it was embarrassing. So I was at the bus station in Buffalo waiting for my Greyhound to get back to Toronto. My bus was pulling up, like it was gonna leave in like less than 5 minutes. I stand up to like stretch and just make sure that I have everything all good to go before getting on the bus, and I do my pat check where I check my back pocket for my phone, my front pocket to make sure that my headphones are in there, make sure that I have my shoulder bag and I have my fanny pack. So I do that, back pocket, front pocket, shoulder bag, fanny pack, and go holy fuck, my fanny pack is not there. Immediately start panicking. Like I touch the spot where I keep it, which is like on the right side of my waist, wasn't there, and I immediately went into full-on panic attack. Started bawling my eyes out because in my fanny pack was my wallet where all of my ID was. Like every single card that I own is in there, plus my passport, and my bus to take me across the border is leaving in like 5 minutes and I don't have any ID with me. And I'm like, holy fuck. Started panicking, and that's like one of my worst nightmares, is like getting stuck in a country because I don't have ID to get home. Because like what do you do? How do I prove that I am who I say I am if I don't have a passport with me or any form of ID, no driver's license, no health card, like nothing? Like what do you do in that scenario? I don't know, and I don't really want to find out. So I start fucking panicking, and I'm like immediately burst into tears, and I start running around the entire bus terminal, checking underneath every single seat, every area that I walked by. I went to the bathroom stall that I had been in previously. I'm checking in garbage cans, and the whole while I'm like openly weeping. And like I don't know what to do, and there was a police booth in the bus station, so I run over to them and I'm like, "Aah!" And one of the guys comes out And he's like, what's wrong? What's happening? And I'm like, I lost my bag and my passport was in there and the bus is leaving soon and I don't know what to do. And I'm like wailing at this guy. And he's like, it's okay, don't worry. Like you go look around. Like I'll check the cameras. It'll be fine. What does it look like? I tell him what it looks like. He's like, okay, don't worry. Like we'll find it. It'll be fine. And I'm like, thank you. So I turn around to go start looking under seats again, just making sure that I've checked everywhere. And then he pops back out of the little police booth and he's like, excuse me, is it the one that's behind you? And I'm like, what? He's like, the black fanny pack that you're looking is the one that's on your back? And I reach around and I touch my butt, and lo and behold, my fanny pack, which is normally on the front part of my waist, has just rotated to the back side. And it was indeed right there. And I'm standing there with my hand on my butt and I feel my whole face just go beet red. And I'm just like, oh my God, yep, that would be the one. And he and the other 4 cops in the little booth just start bursting out laughing. They're all hysterically laughing at me and I'm just standing there like, oh my God. It was so embarrassing and I'm just like sitting here like horror struck. And I say to the guy, I was just like, I am so glad that I'm never gonna have to see you again because that was super embarrassing. And they're all still laughing and he's like, that was very embarrassing. Have a good day. Oh my God, I am never gonna live that down. That was humiliating. But on the bright side, I did not lose my passport and I made my bus on time, so it was fine. Like, holy shit, man. Oh, that was so embarrassing. But it worked out, so it's okay. Anyways, the trip was great. Getting back home from Buffalo was fine. I was very tired and very overstimulated by the time that I got home, so I just like basically went right to bed and then woke up sick the next day. So I love that. But for reading stuff, just to wrap up this week, for my trip, I brought with me a Crown of Feathers to bring on the bus. The way there, I did quite a bit of reading. I haven't really touched it since I got back. But on the way down, I got to page 168. So this one is a YA fantasy that has to do with Phoenix Riders. In this world, Phoenix Riders have been like mostly killed off by the government. And our main character, she and her sister are both animages. You have to be an animage to be a Phoenix Rider. And the two of them have been looking for Phoenix eggs. They find one, it hatches, and it bonds to the main character of this. And our story kind of goes from there. So far, I'm really enjoying it. I like the main characters. The writing style is pretty fun. Animage stuff is super fun because like they have like a really strong connection with animals, so they can like talk to them and that kind of thing. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. I'm hoping to read some more of it tonight, but also I've been obsessively playing Zelda again for the last couple days. So I didn't play Zelda for like over a week. Okay, I was doing okay and now I'm back in it again. It's fine. Other than that, I finally finished Mayday Flowers. It was pretty good. I gave it 3.5 stars. I think I had some issue with the writing once in a while. It felt like it could have used another pass through with editing. It was just like kind of awkward sometimes. I think the author with the Dryad character was trying to go for a like more old-timey kind of feel with how she was writing, but ended up kind of doing that for everybody, so it just felt really awkward sometimes. And yeah, it just kind of became like a bit much after a while. Like I liked how lovey-dovey the two main characters were at first, but after a while I'm like, okay, like I get it. Like you guys can chill out a little bit with like calling each other like my eternal love and all these things, which is like, as a sapphic, like people do that. Like if you know lesbians, that is what they do. Like lesbians are very intense with their loves, but it was just kind of overdone, I found, to the point where I was just like kind of being pulled out of the story because I'm like, nobody talks like this. Like, yes, lesbians do the most when it comes to their relationships, but like not quite to this extent. And it was almost like a caricature of it, so it ended up like not being my favorite thing that I've ever read, but I did still really enjoy it. I would definitely recommend it if you're looking for like a really fun, like not very serious fantasy romance with like some dryads and like some cool fairy magic and forest stuff. Also a dryad who can change her body shape at will, if you catch my meaning. So some cool stuff in there. But yeah, so 3.5 stars for Mayday Flowers. And then I also read last week, I ended up picking up the audiobook for Most Ardently by Gabe Kold-Navoa. This one's part of the Remixed Classics or whatever that little series is called, where a whole bunch of authors take like classic books and reimagine them with marginalized characters. So this one takes the story of Pride and Prejudice and makes the character of Elizabeth into a trans boy named Oliver, and Mr. Darcy is a closeted gay boy, and that's kind of how their story intertwines. And it was a super fun one. I really enjoyed it. It was adorable. I did feel like certain things happened too quickly. Like there was a whole scene where Oliver was kind of caught by his dad and he has to come out to his father, and like it was a very nice scene and it made me tear up a little bit, but like it happened super early on into the story and I didn't feel like that scene was long enough to like get the like emotional response that I would have wanted to have with it. And then there were a couple of other scenes that like felt like they should have been bigger, but they weren't. They just felt kind of rushed. But other than that, I really liked this one. It was fantastic. Yeah, that's all for the reading stuff for last week. And now I also have to start the vlog for this week since I've not done that yet. But honestly, I think I need to give my voice a bit of a break from talking. So that might be a tomorrow problem. Anyways, thank you for watching this vlog. If you've also gone to any of the Hozier shows throughout this tour, let me know. I would love to hear how much fun you had as well. But yeah, thanks for watching and I will see you guys next time. Bye.